Welcome to the DIY3DTech.com channel.
Welcome to this episode of DIY3DTech.com. In this episode, we'll be doing sort of a loose unboxing of our Wanhao i3 or 3i printer. So, seems to be the growing trend. So, Angus over on the Maker's Muse has one, older 1.0 version. Chuck Hellebuck on his channel just got one. Joe Telling, 3D printer nerd, has gotten one. So I guess everybody just needs to get one. It's the in vogue thing. But I guess a little bit of joking aside, the piece I find interesting about this, and I actually had purchased it after seeing this actually on Chuck's channel, and it was good to see Joel pick one up too, is for $400, basically to get a PLA-based printer that's all assembled and everything else delivered to my doorstep, because what you're looking at right here was $400 off the website delivered to my doorstep via the US Postal Service. It took me, now I did order it over the Christmas week, it took me about 2 weeks for it to arrive, so not bad really. We'll see what's inside the box. Again, Joe Telling on the 3D Printing Nerd did a great unboxing, so I'm not going to really attempt to do an unboxing. I just kind of want to talk about the logic as I'm unboxing it of why to get this and how it may work and things like that. The other piece that I want to also talk about is I took a little bit of advice of Angus from the Maker's Muse and ordered this in advance. Basically, it's a micro SD to regular SD card adapter for the unit, because I don't really want to mess with putting it in there. So I just kind of wanted to show some of this up front. Also, one of the other pieces, I think it's Manolo Chen, is another one. I think he has something to do with Wanhao and has produced a number of videos around the machine, around fixing its bugs. Now, this does have quirks, as I understand it. Also, the Jet guy out there has put out a number of great videos on the Wanhao line and has a website, and so again, great bunch of resources. Now, I've built my own 3D printers. You can watch it on the channel. I've built the 2-up, and I've built some other stuff. Frankly, I'm a little bit tired of building 3D printers and kind of looking forward to just using them. So now I've sold the 2-up. It's gone to a good home on eBay. I also have 2 DaVinci printers, a 1.0 and a 2.0 DaVinci printer for ABS. I like ABS, but there are some downside limitations to ABS as well as the DaVinci, so I don't need to go into all that. But one of the things I want to do, and a big part of this channel, is I want to really, work towards sharing concepts in small-scale fabrication. And I think PLA really, quite frankly, is a good format material to work with, because there's such diversity in PLA out there, and especially the carbon fiber PLA. Also, sorry about that. We're in the basement, kind of rainy, sump pump's running a little bit. But the thing is, with the various different PLAs, I think that's fantastic versus the ABS arena, because one of the things that I want to do is I'm starting up another channel called the Open Slider Project, which I'll do a video in the near future on, and it'll have its own website and probably its own channel. Is I want to be able to offer printing and selling on probably Etsy or eBay components for that project. And I think PLA, like a carbon fiber based PLA, is the best over ABS. So anyways, I wanted to get this, try this. So with that said, you got a little bit of logic. So I'm not sure how the audio of this is going to work, but we'll give it a shot. So the box is pretty nice. It came priority US Postal Mail. On the back side, has a very nice barcode sticker from Wanhao. And again, these straps, I was surprised at how small of a box that it came in. When I saw Joel's unboxing, it looked like he had gotten a bigger box, so I'm a little bit nervous what might be inside. So again, I kind of carefully want to cut this open, and I've got the camera up on a jib so you can kind of see what's what. So again, pretty much like in Joel's video, it seems to be one contiguous plastic wrap, which is probably good because these were probably shipped over in a container from China. So avoiding the you know, ocean air and moisture and things like that is probably the reason. So probably pretty well done. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open this up, and I do have a sharper knife than Joel Telling does. So not sure quite how he does things with that Swiss Army knife or whatever that he has. I'm more of a box cutter person, if you will. By the way, if you don't watch 3D Printing Nerd or Chuck Hellebuck's channel, I always forget the name. He's in Michigan here too. Great channels to watch, great resources on 3D printing, things like that. A little bit different tack than I'm taking. Again, I'm focusing sort of on the dimensionality between CNC, laser, 3D printing. Basically, the whole home fabrication movement, where they're focusing more so on 3D printers. Quite a bit of tough plastic, even for a fairly sharp utility knife. So, again, the obligatory instructions. Who really cares, right? Don't need instructions. We'll look at that later. Again, I'm not intending this to be a detailed build. This does seem to be sealed with some clear packing tape, so I want to open this up. Like I say, again, I don't plan on, at least right now, building this whole thing on camera. Just kind of sharing with it. So, again, nicely packed, power switch, USB. It's got the, doesn't have the micro, it actually has the mini USB, so I'm a little bit surprised by that. But I got tons of mini USB cables, and I already know from watching 20 unboxings of this that this is all attached. Again, very well packed, very well packed. I'm impressed with the quality of packing. Also very interesting, comes with a SD card. There's an SD card in there. I can't quite tell how big it is. It seems to be your typical Chinese fare. It looks like, I don't know, I'm guessing 2 gigabytes. I can't quite see it. Comes with my screws, the obligatory blue short USB cable, power cord, some zip strips, Allen wrenches, a little filament tube, and some more screws. Another spackler, I can use that for something. I've got 8 billion of those. And the spool holder, which I think is kind of neat. So, very nicely all packaged up. I'm surprised. So we'll just set that off to the side. And again, I'll pull out some more of this stuff. Let's see, again, I'm impressed that there is a build, kind of like a build tack sheet on here. Slide it over, make sure you can see the build tack sheet. I'm going to take these straps out from underneath here. Throw them on the desk in the back here. Alright, I'm going to see if I can diplomatically remove this from the box. I think this is going to be, I think from everything I've seen, this seems to be the hardest part, is getting it out of the box. This is where I've got this extra space over here, hopefully you can see. Smells very metally, like stamped sheet metal, which of course that's what it is. And again, it's kind of undiplomatic to be able to move this out of the box. And I was actually sort of very glad to see Joel's. I'm trying to not break this or scratch it because it does look very attractive. Because now we do have another build sheet, which is nice, Wanhao build sheet, along with some obligatory yellow TLA. And so let's remove this. Throw this. Don't want to throw that on the floor already. I guess I threw it on the floor already. Oh no, here it is. that over there. Now, interestingly enough, it appears to have some sort of connectors down here that aren't connected. I haven't seen any other videos talk about this, so I'm wondering if this is a change. I also really like the size of the build area here. This is actually a good area, and then again, this gantry is again pretty good. I'll make sure I get this underneath here, because again, it seems to go. Goes something like this. Oh, you got this big band here. I'll have to cut. I'll have to get some scissors to cut that. And we're in a workshop, so that's taken out. Throw that in the box. Again, this appears to go in here. The Z-axis, I think I'm going to have to set. Looks like the cable chain's already popped out, but that's okay. We can pop it back in. So anyways, again, I'm not attempting to assemble this. I'm just actually want to just put this to kind of align this. It appears that the cable chain, so nice compact unit actually. So I mean, boxes have got a few kind of like scuff or ding marks in it, but I guess not bad. And again, this is kind of pulled out. Seems to be a little tight on the cable chain. I'm getting this close enough. Unless I put this on the other side, we do seem to have a couple holes here and a couple holes up here for the piece. So again, everything looks pretty much intact. The cable chain's popped a little bit, but again, I think that can all pop back in. I actually like the cable chain. This looks like it could be a little bit problematic in here with the way that this connector is tucked up like that, so I might have to do some adjustment. You know, I see the tape that Joel had problems with. Well, that's a problem. One of my limit switches is actually broken, so that's not good. I actually don't know if I have another one of that size or what I'm going to have to do there. So that's not good. That's disappointing. Looks like that connector goes to the Z-axis that I was seeing on the bottom of this. Does not seem to be one on there. I wonder if I can take that apart and maybe fix that switch. That is disappointing. It seems to be the Z motors only seem to be held in place by 2 screws each, but there are holes for 4. So I don't know if they just simply forgot to put the screws in and figured, you know, 2 was enough. Just looking at it from the front, everything looks good. So everything looks pretty good except for the Z limit switch seems to be broken. Oh, bummer. Fan seems to be a little bit different from some of the other versions I've seen. I like this extruder model. I think this is the Mark 1 or something like that. So, anyways, we got the Wanhao. We got it in. I'm going to go ahead and put it together. I don't think I'm going to bore you in showing you how to put it together. If you have any questions about putting it together, you know, leave them in the comments below. I'll try answering them. I'll also, you know, when I do a run video, talk about what I did to fix the switch. These aren't the, I don't know what I'd call these. These are a lot tinier. I have a bunch of the micro switches, but these are tinier than that even. So I'm wondering, I have to get a pair of, I'm not sure you can kind of see that. Again, that was popped off, just stuck on the tape hanging in the back. If I can get that maybe to pop back on and order another one or what have you. But everything else seems to be pretty much intact. So anyways, if you found this interesting, hey, give it a thumbs up. Look for more on this. I plan to do a lot, especially I want to do different filament stuff. I was very interested in seeing Joel's filament shootout that he just posted. I sort of want to do the same thing. I'm very interested in doing, oh, what the heck's the name of that stuff? Polycarbonate with this, because again, some of the stuff that I wanted to get this to print. I wanted to be very robust. And actually that kind of may be worthwhile talking about just for a brief moment. One of the reasons for getting this is for $400, this is, you know, a very economical machine. So the thing is I could easily get another one for $400. I could get 4 of them, you know. I'm at like the $1,200 or $1,600 range. And have 4 machines going and print these parts out continuously and just have a small factory run going if I need to. Very economical for the price of, you know, if I buy one Dremel or one other name brand MakerBot, I mean, it's going to be, you know, $1,200-1,400. So I can get 4 of these, you know, running, making parts for that kind of money. I also like the open gantry too for doing videos, things like that. It's very hard to do videos on the DaVinci because of the case, but I do like the case because of the ABS it contains, the smell, which is nice. So anyways, I think I rambled enough. Thumbs up, subscribe, a lot more coming, so keep an eye out. Cheers.